stuff we've done. So to start off, our mission. Des Moines County Conservation is dedicated to the sustainability of natural resources through land stewardship, conservation education, and by providing quality outdoor recreation opportunities. Second mission component is conservation education through our Nature Center at Stars Cave. Last year, in this last fiscal year, if you guys got a annual report, these numbers will be in there. If you haven't picked one up on your way out, please. We got some, all of our accomplishments are in that. 289 programs delivered to 10,673 participants. And I should remind you that we only have 2 full-time environmental education staff. We do hire some seasonal assistants throughout the course of the year. We always get 1 or 2 to help us with summer camps and everything like that. But for 3/4 of the year, we just have the 2. And in fact, we only had 1 for most of the spring because one of them had to go off and have a baby and miss most of the spring field trip season. So congratulations, Tyler and Francis, on your new baby, by the way. But let me put this into perspective. 10,673 participants is actually between 50 and 60% higher than the entire student population, K through 12, of every public school in Des Moines County combined. We did it with 2 full-time education staff. What's even more interesting is these numbers are actually lower than what we've been averaging over the last few years. But that's by design. We knew they were going to be that way. Why? We have been taking some time away, setting some time aside to step back and work on our curriculum, completely rebuild our entire education program. A couple years ago, we established a brand new strategic environmental education plan, and it implemented this 3-point approach where it combines the Nature Center, the stuff that you see at the Nature Center, with the programs that are being taught in the classrooms, with the programs that are being taught and the experiences that are being had outdoors in our parks. It's a consistent message across all 3 learning segments. Now, let me explain what that means. Basically, what we've done is we have stepped back, we've taken all of our major programs, and we're completely rewriting it. So, new program curriculum guides, new write-ups, we can deliver teachers can look at it and see what the curriculum is all about. This concept here, this 3-point approach to environmental education is so innovative, it's so modern, cutting edge that the state REAP program, the Conservation Education Program for REAP, awarded us a grant this past year to do the renovations to our Nature Center that will accompany this new curriculum. So, beginning this fall, we're going to completely gut the 2nd floor of the Nature Center. Don't worry, the beaver pond is staying. It's too iconic. We couldn't let that thing go. But all of the perimeter walls are going to change. In fact, some of the walls are coming out. And the new displays are going to be dynamic. They're going to be changeable. So every time you walk into that Nature Center, you're going to see something different. And we're excited about that because if you're, 35 or younger, you saw the same displays when you were there as a student as what you see now bringing your kids to the Nature Center. Those displays haven't changed in that long. And so we're changing those up. But on top of that, the way we're changing the curriculum to match with those displays, we're integrating the standards, the same standards that teachers at today's school integrate into their own curriculum. So, when a teacher can come to us and pick up one of our curriculum guides and look through it, they will know instantly how it will integrate with STEM and core and next generation science standards, and they will know instantly how they can integrate that right into their classroom without changing anything. They can bring their classroom to our Nature Center. We can come to them. We will even have, when we're done with this overhaul, we're even going to have totes and program guides that teachers can come in, check out, bring to their classrooms, and deliver conservation education to their students without us even showing up. We can maintain that consistent message. Now, we get over 16,000 visitors to the Nature Center every year, through the door. I'll talk about that number in a minute. But that's just through the door of the Nature Center. I estimate we get over 30,000 visitors to that park because we get a lot of people coming in just to walk the trails and play in the creek and things like that. They never even come into the building. We have waiting lists for our most popular programs. So our summer camp, our field trips, our classroom programs, we have waiting lists. In fact, just today, just this morning, Frances opened up her fall season for teachers to call in and book their classroom programs for the fall semester. She came walking into the office at, her day starts at 8, she walked in at 7:56 and her phone was already ringing. She sat in the office, and I got to spend a few hours in there listening to this. By the time she got to her fourth phone call, she had 7 voicemails waiting for her of people calling in. By lunchtime, she had pretty well filled her entire fall semester with classroom programs. The same thing happens with our summer camps. The minute we open those for online registration, there will be people sitting there at night, refreshing the page, waiting for the site to go live so they can do the online registration to get their kids into summer camp. Now, what I find interesting about this, well, among a lot of things, what I find really interesting about this is the way the world is changing seems to be contrary to what we're actually experiencing with our education programs. Let me put this in perspective. There are now, I saw a research study came out, more mobile devices on Earth than there are humans, okay? There are more mobile devices than humans. Let's hope these things don't organize, for crying out loud, because we're in trouble. And we hear all the time of how kids these days are plugged into their Xboxes, and they're always on the screens. And I know this to be true. I see it. And they're so dependent on their technology and their mobile devices and everything. And there's all these corresponding health issues, the obesity epidemic and the ADD and the social awkwardness that comes with, your only life being through social media. But yet, here we're seeing people lining up to come to our nature center programs that have nothing to do with technology. It's outside playing in the creeks. What I think we're experiencing here is an issue about opportunity. It is easier to pick up an Xbox controller off of the living room floor than it is to go to Stars Cave and go play in the creek and find a fish. But given the choice, you give any kid the choice between the iPad and going outside and playing in the creek and handling a fish, all but the most devoted gamers of them are going to choose the fish. Right? And we see this, and I think this is why our programs are so popular and why our parks are so popular. And so, from the conservation education aspect of our mission statement, we exist not just to deliver education, but to bridge that opportunity gap, to give kids the opportunity to go and be outdoors and experience things like this, but along the way, learn about the outdoors. Because when you know about something, you learn to appreciate it. And you develop more of a connection to it when you know about the things you're experiencing. And so our education programs kind of bridge that gap. And so we're integrating all of this new curriculum, this STEM and core and all of this stuff, because that's modern education these days. But really, what we're trying to do is make sure the Stars Cave is not a day off from learning. It's not just a day where you go out and mess around and get away with what you could get away with in the class. Stars Cave is completely complementary. When you come to a field trip to one of our parks, it's complementary to what you're learning in the classroom. And it's complementary to what you're going to see when you get mom and dad to bring in to the nature center on the weekend. Now, really what we're going for here is we want future stewards of the land. We want today's students to grow up to care about our rivers and our streams. We recognize that not everyone's going to grow up to be a conservationist. Hopefully some of them will, certainly. But not everybody's going to. Some of them might grow up to go work at case. Today's students are tomorrow's volunteers and tomorrow's voters. And if we can give them the opportunity and the ability to learn to love the outdoors and, along the way, get the education to help them succeed in jobs at Case, then we've done something right.